Do you struggle with timing on test day? Are you unable to finish the test in time? Well, I've got 3 strategies that can help you finish the test in time. Now, the reason why this is important is because it's going to help you feel a lot more comfortable on test day and help you overall get a better score. Comfort is one of the most important part of the test. Right? If you're able to feel comfortable on test day, you're less likely to make mistakes. You're likely to get more questions right. Now, number one, what I want you to do is I want you to circle the answers in the test booklet. Then at the very end, I want you to transfer the answers over. Now, the reason why this is going to save you time is that on average, it takes you about 5 to 6 seconds per answer choice to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not a very efficient approach. Now, you're probably telling me, you're like, I've done this forever, I know what I'm doing. Now, the reason why I say don't do this is because, again, you're wasting time inefficiently going back and forth. You'll lose track of where you were on the test booklet, right? You forget that, okay, 21, then 22, then 23, then 24. Now, you can count that up in your head, right? That's super duper easy. But it's not so easy on test day to be able to go over, transfer the answer over, try to find out where exactly the answer was supposed to be. Yes, maybe it's supposed to be after the previous answer choice that you had, but you still have to find out that number, right? You still have to find out where was the previous answer. Then going back, you have to find out where were you previously, right? Well, if you were on question 21, your eyes are going to be drawn to 21. Then you're going to go to 22. Again, overall, what you're going to do is you're going to spend a lot of time wasting trying to find out where you were. Save the time, right? Circle all the answers and then transfer them over at the end. Now, I don't want you to wait to the last possible minute because I've had students do that in the past. That hasn't turned out well. The biggest reason for why you don't want to wait to the last possible second is that the Scantron is how you're graded. Right? Now, getting the answers to the Scantron is the most important part. But, again, efficiency is where this comes into importance of being able to finish the answers in time, but then also being able to transfer them over. So 5 minutes left, right? They're going to give you a warning. At that warning, I want you to fill in the answers. No matter where you're at, no matter how far you've gotten through, if you've only gotten through 40 questions in the English section, I want you to answer all 40 of those questions over. That's going to help you get points on test day. Right? Then you can come back and you can guess on the rest of the questions. But the biggest thing is you want to make sure you get the answers onto the Scantron in an efficient manner. This is going to save you about 5 to 6 seconds per question, which on average is going to save you about 5 minutes on test day. Number 2. Eliminate wrong answer choices. Now, the reason why this is important is not only are you going to get questions right by eliminating wrong answer choices, leaving you with the right answer choices left, but it's also going to save you time. The reason for why I say this is going to save you time is it's going to save you about 3 to 5 seconds per answer choice that you would have read. Right? Now, you oftentimes on test day will read an answer choice again and again and again to find out, okay, did I read this carefully? Is this the answer choice? Now, a lot of times what happens is answers are definitively not going to be it. Once you've eliminated them from contention, I want you to cross them out. Right? Your eyes are not going to be drawn to those answer choices again. You won't have to read them again, which means that you won't be wasting time. Again, on average, it saves you about 3 to 5 seconds per answer choice that you would have read. On average, right, most students do this about 50 to 100 times over the course of the test. Now, that's anywhere from 150 seconds, which is 2.5 minutes, to upwards of 600 minutes, potentially. Now, most students aren't going to probably be on that higher end, but it's going to be a lot of time, right? Overall, what you're going to do is you're going to probably save on average about 6 to 7 minutes, right? Now, this is the most important one, right? That was the most important one, is trying to eliminate the number of times you reread wrong answer choices. Now, another reason why this is important is that on test day, let's say you're just not sure of a question, right? You crossed out A, you crossed out B, you crossed out C, and D is the only one left, right? And you're just like, I don't think D is it either, so you cross out D. You have no other answer choice left, and because of that, right, you can either try 2 things, right? You can try it again, where you reassess what the question's asking, reassess the answer choices, or better yet, move on to the next question. Now, this leads us into number 3. Skip any questions that are taking too long or that you just don't know to begin with, right? If you identify a question, you're just like, I'm not really sure what it is, right? Save the time that you would have spent on that question struggling through the question, not really knowing 100% sure if you knew it was right or wrong, right? Save the time and give it to a question that you know better, right? Maybe you're going to be running out of time in question 60 at the end of the math section. Maybe it's a question you know. Well, if you can't get to that question, right, it's the same thing as getting that question wrong. So if you spend too much time initially right? You're going to waste it for questions down the road that you could potentially answer. Now, the reason why this is important, again, is being able to finish the test in time. This isn't necessarily so much a time-saving strategy as able to get through the test in time, saving the questions for the hard questions last and doing all the easier questions first. So again, the 3 strategies that I want you to try to practice in your practice and then implement on test day are to circle the answers in the test booklets, transfer them over at the end to the Scantron. Number 2, eliminate wrong answer choices. That way you're more likely to choose the right answer choice, as well as also to save some time and not having to reread again and again. And then number 3, I want you to skip questions that you're just not sure of. Right? The biggest thing is you're trying to move on to the next question. Each question is worth the same value, so it's important to make sure you read every single question out there. Like the video if you like it. Comment below if you want to have any questions, anything that you want to specifically go over. In the subsequent videos, I plan on addressing different shortcuts, different techniques. So like and share, subscribe. There's more to come soon.